everyone, welcome to my video presentation. I'm Evelina Hutagalung. Today, I'm going to explain about the simple present tense, one of the most basic but important tenses in English. By the end of this presentation, I hope you will understand the definition, the structure, usage, time expressions or time signals, and examples this tense. Let's get started. Simple present tense. What is simple present tense? Simple present tense is used to talk about habits or routines, things we do regularly, talk about general facts and truths, and fixed scheduled. Okay, now we use simple present tense to talk about habits or routines, things we do regularly. For examples, I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. Next example, she goes to school every day. Okay, next, the second, we use simple present tense for general facts and truths. Examples, the sun rises in the east and water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. And we use simple present tense to talk about fixed scheduled. For examples, the train leaves at 8 a.m. and the shop opens at 9 a.m. Now let's see the structure of simple present tense. In positive sentence, the structure is subject plus verb 1 and add s or es at the end of the verb plus complement. And for the negative sentence, we use subject, do not or does not, plus verb 1 plus complement. And for the question or interrogative sentence, we use do or does plus subject plus verb 1 and plus complement. The subjects in English are I, we, you, they, she, he, it. Okay, for the verb 1, we add s or es when the subject is she, he, or it. Only when the subject is she, he, it. And we use do not or does not, do and does. Look at the board. When the subject is I, we, you, they, we use do. For the subject she, he, it, we use does. Okay. And for verb 1, we add as or es when the verb in ending. Most of the common verb in English when the subject is she, he, it, we just add s to the end of the verb 1. But when the verb in ending as, sh, ch, x, o, and z, and y. Okay. S, for example, dress. SH, for example, brass. CH, for example, teach. X, for example, fix. In ending O, for example, go. In ending Z, we use this. And Y, okay, Y, we change Y to I and plus es. For example, study become studies. Let's see to the time expression in simple present tense. Okay, time expression in simple present tense: always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never, every day, every month, every week, and every year. And let's see to the positive sentence example. Okay, don't forget the structure is subject, verb 1. We add s or es for the subject, she, he, it, plus complement. Okay, examples. She drinks a cup of coffee every morning. Don't forget, most of the common of the verb 1 for the subject she, he, it, we just add s at the end of the verb. She drinks. But when the subject she, he, it with the verb in ending as, ch, sh, x, z, o, and y, we add es. For example, my sister teaches English every day. So for the verb teach, we add es at the end of the verb. Next example, her little sister dresses her doll. We add es because of the end of the verb 1 is s. And he brushes his teeth every morning. We add es. Her father fixes his motorcycle every weekend. We add es. Tommy goes to school every day, or Tommy goes to work every day. We add es. And next example, the soda fizzes when you open it. We add es. And the last, for the verb in ending y, for example, my sister studies English every night. Okay, for the subject my sister and the verb study become studies. We change y to letter I and add es at the end of the verb. Now let's see examples in negative sentences. The structure for the negative sentence is subject, do not or does not, plus verb 1 plus object plus complement. For example, I do not study English every day. Okay, do not, we can make short form for do not become don't. I don't study English every day. We don't study English every day. You don't study English every day. They don't study English every day. So the short form of do not is don't. Next, she does not study English every day. He does not study English every day. Next, it doesn't rain in July. So for the short form, the word does not, we can change does not become doesn't. Doesn't. She doesn't study English every day. He doesn't study English every day. And this one, okay, I already write the short form of does not become doesn't rain in July. Next, we make into interrogative or question sentence. We put do and or does in front of the sentence. For example, Do you study English every day? Do we study English every day? Do I study English every day? Do they study English every day? And the answer, maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, for the answer in yes answer, we write or we say yes, yes, you do. Yes, we do. Yes, they do. If the answer is no, we say, no, you don't. Okay, no, we don't. No, they don't. No, I don't. Okay, next, we use does. Does she study English every day? Does he study English every day? The answer may be yes, maybe no. If the answer is yes, we say yes, she does. Yes, he does. If the answer is no, we say no, she doesn't. No, he doesn't. And next, does it rainy in July? If the answer is yes, we say yes, it does. If the answer is no, we say no, it doesn't. It's time to practice. Look at the word. We have exercises here. Fill in the blanks. In the positive sentences, use the correct form of the verb in brackets. Okay, number one, he to Europe every 2 months. We have the word or the verb travel. How do you form the verb? Okay, we fill with the word or we answer. Travel become travels. Okay, next. The sun in the east and in the west. Okay, the correct form of the verb for the rise become rises. Okay, we add s in the east and in the west. Okay, we have the word set. Okay, we put here set become s. We just put s. Okay, next, my friend, Indonesian dishes. Okay, so use do not or does not to fill in the blanks. What is your answer, my friend? Yeah, use. Okay, don't forget this is negative form sentence because the subject is my friend. So the answer is doesn't cook. Doesn't cook. My friend doesn't cook Indonesian dishes. Maybe every day, every week, or we can add. Usually, my friend doesn't usually cook Indonesian dishes. Next, we know the answer. Okay, so what do we put here? Do not or does not? Yeah, the correct answer is do not or don't. We don't know the answer. Next, in question or interrogative sentence, start with do or does. She speaks Japanese. What do we put here? Yeah, because the subject is she, so we use or we put does. Does she speak Japanese? Next. They have homework today. What do we put here? Yeah, we put the word do because the subject is they. That's all for the simple present tense. Remember, we use it for daily routines, facts, and regular actions. Use the best verb and don't forget to add as or es for subject he, she, and it. You already understand how to talk about daily habits and facts. It's time to move on to simple present continuous tense, which the action is happening right now. Let's continue. And now I'm going to explain a very important topic in English grammar, the present continuous tense, also known as the present progressive tense. In this presentation, we will answer 4 key questions. What is the present continuous tense? How do we use it in daily conversation? What is the correct pattern of sentence structure? And finally, what adverbs of time are commonly used with this tense? This tense is useful when we want to talk about things that are happening right now, temporary actions, and even some future plans. So let's begin and understand how it works in real communication. First, what is present continuous tense? Present continuous tense is a verb tense that used to show actions that are still happening at the time of speaking. For example, my mother is cooking right now. Shh, be quiet. The baby is sleeping at the moment. How to use it? Okay, first, we use it for actions happening right now. And second, for temporary situations. And third, for definite near future plans. First, for actions or even happening right now. Example, I'm teaching English right now. Timothy is playing football now. Timothy and Daniel are speaking English. Second, we use simple present continuous tense for longer actions in progress. Examples, I'm reading an interesting book these days. You are studying English to become an English teacher. Daniel is preparing for his final test. The second, we use simple present continuous tense for definite future plans. Examples, she is meeting some friends tonight. We are going on vacation this December. David is learning to drive tomorrow. Next, we are going to learn the pattern of simple present progressive tense. Okay, look at the board. The structure is, in the positive sentence, we use subject plus be verb is MR plus verb in plus adverb. And for the negative sentence, we use subject be verb is MR plus not plus verb in plus adverb. And for the question sentence, we use be verb plus subject plus verb in plus adverb. Okay. In English, subject I, we, you, they, she, he, it. For subject I, we use to be, that is am, we are, you are, they are, and she, it, we use to be is. So let's make this structure into a sentence. For example, I am. Okay, I am sitting on the sofa right now. Right now. Okay. Next example. She is watching TV now. Next example. They are speaking Japanese. Okay, so we use subject to be verb in and adverb of time for the simple present tense is right now. Next, we use subject she where to be is and add ing at the end of the verb, and they we use to be are, and at the end of the verb we use ing. We add ing at the end of the verb. In negative sentences, we have I'm not sitting on the sofa right now. She is not watching TV now. They aren't speaking Japanese. So we use subject to be and then not and then verb in and so on. Next, in the interrogative sentence or question, we put be verb at the in the front of the sentence. For example, am I sitting on the sofa right now? And is she watching TV now? And are they speaking Japanese now? Okay. And the adverbs of time are used in present continuous tense. They are now, at the moment, now, at the moment, today, still, right now, currently. This week, at present. And so on. Okay, the key is to use is and are with the ing form of the verb to talk about actions or situations happening in the present. That's all explanation about simple present continuous tense. Now I'm going to explain one of the most important tenses in English, the simple past tense. We use the simple past tense to talk about actions or events that happen in the past and are finished. Let's learn how it works, how to form the sentences, and how to use it correctly in daily situations. Now, what is past simple tense, or what is the simple past tense? The simple past tense is used to describe actions that started and finished in the past. Now let's see the structure of the simple past tense. In the positive sentence, we use subject, verb to plus complement. We use verb to for all the subjects. And in negative sentence, we use subject plus did not plus verb 1 plus complement. The short form of did not is didn't. For question form, we use did plus subject plus verb 1 plus complement. So use did to all subjects. The main verb return to verb 1. Okay. There are two types of verbs in the simple past tense. And how to form the verb in the simple past tense? First, we add ed to the best verb. For examples, watch become watched. Okay, this is verb 2. This is verb 1. Play become played. Okay, we add ed at the end of the verb. The second, how to form the verb in simple past tense, we change form completely. For example, go become went, eat become ate, she become saw. Okay, let's see to the example sentences. In the positive sentence, she studied English yesterday. She didn't study English yesterday. In negative sentence. For question sentence, did she study English yesterday? Okay, the adverb of time for simple past tense in simple past tense are last week, last month, last year, 5 minutes ago, an hour ago, yesterday, last night, and last summer, and so on. Time expressions in simple past tense. These are common words used with simple past tense. Yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year, 2 days ago, 5 minutes ago, in 2020, when I was a child. Let's practice together. Look at the word, fill in the blanks using the correct past form. Number 1, this is positive sentence. Now, the dishes. So what do we put here? We have the verb was. Okay, the verb 2 of the word was is washed. We add ed at the end of the verb because this is past form of the verb. Okay. Next, we dinner at 7 p.m. What do we put here? Yeah, the past verb of the have is had. We had dinner at 7 p.m. Next, we make this sentence into negative. She went to the party last night. So, what is the answer? She did not or didn't. We return to verb 1. Go to the party last night. Okay, next, number 4. They spoke English yesterday. What do we put here? They didn't. Spoke becomes speak. Didn't speak English yesterday. Okay, now make into interrogative sentence or question. You visited Jakarta last week. Okay, first we put did. Did you return to verb 1, visit Jakarta last week? The answer may be yes, maybe no. Yes, I did. If the answer is yes. If no, no, I didn't. They ate pizza an hour ago. Did they ate become it? Eat pizza an hour ago. Okay. So that's the explanation of the simple past tense. Remember, we use it to talk about actions that happen and finished in the past. Use the past form of the verb and always check if the verb is regular or irregular. I hope this helps you understand the simple past tense better. Now I will explain the past continuous tense. This tense is used to talk about that were happening at a certain time in the past. Let's learn how to use it, how to form the sentence, and how to avoid common mistake. Time expression in past continuous tense are when, while, at a specific time, all day, all morning. And the structure for past continuous tense is in the sentence, in positive sentence, we use subject plus was verb plus verb in plus complement. In the negative sentence, we use subject plus was verb plus verb in plus complement. And into question words or question sentence, we use was verb plus subject plus verb in plus complement. Now let's see the examples in the sentence. In positive, I was watching TV. They were sleeping. In negative sentence, she wasn't teaching. We weren't listening. In the question sentence, was she teaching? Were they sleeping? And if we want to put the time expression, we can write like this. When the phone rang, okay, they were sleeping when the doorbell rang. We use past continuous tense for actions in progress at a specific time in the past. For example, at 2 p.m. I was working on my project. And we use past continuous tense for action happening at the same time. For example, I was reading while my brother was playing games. And we use past continuous tense for background actions in a story. For example, the sun was shining and the birds were singing. And we use past continuous tense for actions interrupted by another action. For example, I was watching TV when the phone rang. And we use past continuous tense to talk about temporary habits. For example, she was always leaving her shoes by the door. Let's practice together. Look at the board. Number 1, we make positive sentence. It when I left the house. We have the verb rain here. Okay, so we put it was raining. It was raining. And number 2, they football yesterday at 5 p.m. We have verb play. So we put they were playing. Number 3, we make into a negative sentence. Mr. and Mrs. Green blah 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 in the dining room when they arrived. Okay, maybe this is their friends. Okay, so we put weren't eating. Okay, next. Number 4, my mom while I was studying. So we put was studying. Was studying. Was cooking. Was cooking. Number 5, we make question sentence. You're driving to work. We use were you driving to work. Number 6, the subject is she washing the dishes. We put was she was in the thesis. Okay, that's all for the past continuous tense. I hope this video helped you understand too clearly. Now I will explain the present perfect tense, a tense that many English learners find confusing, but today I will make it simple and easy to understand. Let's learn what present perfect tense is, how to use it, the sentence pattern, time expressions, and practice some exercises. We use the present perfect tense to talk about actions that happen at an unspecified time in the past, or actions that started in the past and are still continuing until now. Examples: I have visited Singapore. We don't use the time. Time is not mentioned. And she has lived in Jakarta since 2015. Look at the structure of present perfect tense. In positive sentence, we use subject plus have or has plus past participle and plus adverb. In negative sentence, we use subject, have plus has, not past participle and adverb. In question, we use have or has plus subject plus past participle and adverb. Look at this subject in English: I, we, you, they. We use have. And for subject, she, he, it, we use has. Look at examples in three types sentence in English. In positive sentence, I have had breakfast. I have, and this is past participle, and this is object or adverb. Next, negative sentence, we have sentence, he has not seen the movie. And for negative, for question word, we have you done your homework? Now let's talk about time expression used in present perfect tense. Present perfect tense usually talks about actions that happened at an unspecific time in the past, or actions that started in the past and continue until now. Here are some common adverbs of time we use. Okay, we have just, already, yet, ever, never, since, and for. We use just, okay, means shorter, a short time ago. For example, I have just eaten. Next, we use already. Already means sooner than expected. For example, she has already finished. And we have yet. We use yet in negative sentence and question sentence. For example, have you eaten yet? And in negative sentence, I haven't done my homework yet. Okay, next we have ever. Okay, we use ever in question to ask about experience. For example, okay, maybe we use have you, yeah? Have you ever been to Bali? Okay, next we use never. Never means not even once. For example, I have never seen snow. Next we use since. Since means show starting point of an action. For example, I have lived here since 2019. And we use for. Okay, we use for duration, show the duration. For example, she has studied English for 5 years. So this expressions help give more meaning to the sentence and show when or how long something has happened. Look at the bird. I give you more examples of present perfect tense sentence. Here they are. I have worked hard. They have not caught me yet. She has already finished her assignment. I is subject, have is helping verb, and this is the tree. They is subject, have is helping verb, have, because the subject is they, and we put not in negative sentence, and this is past participle. Okay, and here the adverb of time, we use yet. She has already finished. She is subject, has is helping verb, because the subject is she, we put has here, and already. Okay, this is time expressions, and this is past participle. Now let's practice together. I will guide you through some exercises to help you understand how to use present perfect tense correctly. Look at the word, fill in the blanks with have, has, past participle. Okay, next, first complete the sentence with have. Okay, I will change the subject, have or has. Okay, number one, that movie before. What do we put for the sentence here? What the sentence pattern we put here? Okay, we use have. Have, and we change see to past participle. I have seen that movie before. Next, number one in positive sentence. Okay, we put here number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, number 2. Yeah, we put has and change draw become drawn. She has drawn a picture. Number 3, we make negative sentence. We the club, yeah, we have verb join. Okay, remember this is negative. We put have, haven't. Okay, the short form of have not, haven't. Join become joined. Okay, we add ed at the end of the verb. We haven't joined the club yet. Next, they call the teacher. Okay, we use have. Okay, haven't called the teacher. Okay, next, continue to make question. What do we put here? Yeah, because the subject is you, we put have. Have you met him before? And next, she gone to the market? Okay, we use has. Okay, number 7, the last number. They clean their room. Okay, we use have. Okay, great job, my friend. This exercise helps you apply the rules and understand the structure of present perfect tense in real sentences. Keep practicing and it will become easier over time. Now I'm going to explain about the future tense, which is used to talk about actions that have not happened yet, but it will happen in the future. Let's learn the meaning, how to form the sentences, how to use will and going to, time expressions, and some exercises at the end. Now, what is the future tense? Future tense is used to talk about something that will happen after now. in the future. We usually use will for decisions, promises, or predictions. And we use going to for future plans or intentions. Now, how to use simple future tense? Okay, the structure of simple future tense is in negative sentence we use subject plus will or shall plus verb 1 plus object. And then we can use subject plus be going to plus verb 1 plus object. And in negative sentence we use subject plus will shall or shall plus not plus verb 1 plus object. And then we can use subject plus be plus not going to verb 1 and object. And in negative sentence we use will or shall in front of the sentence plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. And be plus subject plus going to plus verb 1 plus object. Okay, example in positive, negative, and question sentence. I will study English tomorrow. I will not study English tomorrow. And for question, will I study English tomorrow? Okay, the difference of shall and will. In modern English, will is used more often, so you can apply this model to all subjects, namely I, you, we, they, she, he, it. Meanwhile, shall is usually used more for subjects I and we. I and we. I and we. I shall, we shall. For those who are used to speak English using a more formal British style. Okay, now use of going to in simple future tense. Going to is used to express plans or intentions that have been thought about in advance. For example, I'm going to visit my grandparents next week and they are going to buy a new car. Between will and going to. Will we use for spontaneous decisions, promises, or predictions without a strong basis. For example, it's raining, I will take an umbrella. This is spontaneous decisions because it's raining. Next, we use be going to. For example, I'm going to take an umbrella because the weather forecast says it will rain. Plan because I already know from the weather forecast. Now let's practice together. Look at the board. Okay, number 1, look at these clouds. Look at those clouds. It rain. What do we put in the sentence? Yeah, we put be going to. It is going to rain. Okay, we use be going to because something is about happen. It's about to happen. Because there is an evidence that will happen. Next, number 2, I visit my grandma next Sunday. What do we put here? Yeah, we put I'm going to visit because the speaker has already planned this visit, so we use be going to. Number 3, don't worry, I help you. Okay, we use will. Okay, this is spontaneous or instant decision. Next, number 4, he football. Okay, this is negative sentence. We put will not. He will not play football. Will not play. Number 5. They a new house. What do we put here? Yeah, we use they are not going to buy a new house. Number 7. Number 6. This is question sentence. You go to Medan. What do we put here? Yeah, we use will. Will you go to Medan? Number 7. Yeah, because we have the time here tonight, so we use. Okay, it depends on the subject. If the subject is she or he, we use is. But the subject is we use are. Okay. Is she going to cook dinner tonight? And today I'm gonna talk about modal verbs. Modal verbs are an essential part of grammar, especially for expressing possibility, necessity, permission, ability, and future plan. Let's begin. Modal verbs are helping verbs that come before the main verb to add special meaning. The structure of modal verbs is subject plus modal plus base verb. The most common modal verbs are can, could, will, would, may, might, shall, should, must, ought to. For example, in sentences, okay, the first is subject. The subjects in English are I, we, you, they, she, he, it. I can swim. We can swim. You can swim. They can swim. She can swim. He can swim. And it can swim. Now, let's look at more examples by function. We use can or could to talk about ability or permission. For example, she can speak 3 languages. And when my sister was 8, she could run very fast. Next, we use may or might to talk about possibility. For example, it may rain later, so bring an umbrella. Next, he might be at home right now. And we use should or ought to give an advice. For example, you should drink more water. And we ought to respect our parents. Next, we use must, should. We use this to talk about obligation. For example, you must be quiet at the library. Next sentence, you should tell your friend the truth. And then we use will, would, shall to talk about future or politeness, to express politeness. For example, I will call you tomorrow. This is future plans. And next, would you like to drink some coffee? We offer something to other. And shall we begin the meeting? The sentence is mostly British English. Now that we have talked about the meanings and uses of modal verbs, let's continue by learning how to use modal verbs in different sentence types: positive sentences, negative sentences, and questions. First, positive sentences. In a positive sentence, the pattern is very simple. That is, subject, modal verb, plus base verb of the main verb. Let me give you some examples. I can swim. We have modal can, and after modal verb, we use base verb of the main verb. Next, she should study for the test. We use modal if should and the best verb of the main verb, study. Next, we might go to the cinema. We use might as a modal verb and after that, best verb of the main verb, that is go. And next example, they will arrive soon. We use modal will and then best verb of the main verb arrive. Next, negative sentences. For negative sentences, just add not after the modal verbs. The structure is subject plus modal verb plus not plus best verb. Here are some examples. I cannot drive. He should not be late. She will not attend the class. You can also use contractions to sound more natural. Cannot becomes can't. Should not become shouldn't. Will not becomes won't. Next part is questions. To make questions with modal verbs, just move the modal verb to the front. The structure is modal plus subject plus past verb. Examples. Can you help me? Should I bring my laptop? Will they join us? Could we start earlier? These are yes or no questions, but you can also ask by using WH questions. The structure is WH question plus modal plus subject and plus best verb. Okay, for example, what should I do? When can we meet? Why must she leave so early? Let's review all three types using the modal can. In the positive sentence, she can play the guitar. In the negative sentence, she cannot play the guitar. In the question sentence, can she play the guitar? See how simple the pattern is. Modal, past verb, and no need for do, does, or did. Modals take care of the sentence structure by themselves. That's how we work positive, negative, and question sentences using modal verbs. Alright, that brings us to the end of this presentation about modal verbs in English. Let's quickly review what we have learned today. We explored the functions and meanings of modal verbs. We use can, could for ability, may, might, can for permission, may, might, could for possibility, should, ought to, had better for advice, must, have to, should for obligation, will, shall, would for future, and predictions. Alright everyone, we've now reached the end of this grammar presentation. We started with the simple present tense to talk about habits and facts, then moved to the present continuous tense to describe actions happening now or in the near future. After that, we covered the simple past tense for completed actions in the past and the present perfect tense for experiences or actions that connect the past to the present. Next, we discussed the past continuous tense, which is used to describe actions that were in progress at a specific time in the past. And we also explored the future tense using will and going to talk about what is going to happen. Finally, we reviewed modal verbs like can, should, must, will that help us express ability, advice, permission, obligation, and possibility. I hope This presentation helps you understand and remember these important grammar points more clearly. Thank you for watching and keep practicing your English every day.